I think I burnt my tongue. Hello. I, if you can't tell, have a sore throat and feel a bit like meh. But I thought I would film a video anyway because I'm just that nice. So yeah, I did have a video planned to film today, but because I sound like shit, I thought I won't do that one because they probably don't really want to listen to me talk in this voice because it sounds horrible. So I just thought I would tell you some stories from my life, you know, just cause. I work in a fast food place, and on Tuesday night my work had a quiz night versus all the other branches in my area, and it turns out my team was too clever for the questions. Never happened to me before. I've never got to a quiz and found that the people, I and the people on my team, were too intelligent for the questions they were asking, but that's what happened. They had a bunch of rounds. They had like music, TV and movies, all those general ones, and then they had history and geography. And me and my two friends who were on my team were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do so great in these rounds because I personally did GCSE history and geography, and they're pretty smart themselves. But the questions weren't that much about history. We were ready for questions like, what year did the Battle of Hastings take place? What we got was, what year did the first KFC open in Australia? The questions were all like that, not all about KFC. That's the kind of information that if I hear, I forget, so that my brain has room for other relevant information that will actually be useful in my life. They asked maybe two questions that were actually relevant to history, like they asked who shot Martin Luther King and who was the Greek god of fire. And that was the only two like actual history questions that we got. Stupid. And it was the same in the geography round. Ask me any question about geography, I know that shit. What plate boundary is it where earthquakes are made? I can answer that question, like actual geography questions, but don't ask me which city has the largest McDonald's. We were too clever for the questions. We overestimated the creator of this quiz. It was our downfall. Our team came second from last, but luckily the other team from our store won, so our store still won. Oh, another story that happened to me this year, it was at the beginning of March, and it's relevant because it happened at Taylor Swift concert, which is where I got this sexy shirt. I got standing tickets for Taylor Swift because I wanted to. I discovered this after I bought the tickets, but I faint when I get overheated. And I'd had standing tickets at a Katy Perry concert, but what had happened was I didn't have a drink with me and I didn't have a fan. I had to leave and get a drink and then come back. So in Taylor Swift, I was with my friend Caitlin. I was half prepared this time because I brought a fan and I had also planned to buy a drink when I got in there. So I didn't have a drink with me, but I thought like a small hand fan would be okay, like because I'd be able to fan myself and I wouldn't get too hot. We were stood in the crowd. We were quite close to the front actually, and if you've ever been to a concert where they have standing, you know that people like try and ram their way through, like hold hands and try and get their way through. And this woman and her daughter tried to do that, and they got like to right next to me. They pushed in front of my friend Caitlin, so she ended up behind. The woman pushed her daughter in front of me, and then she was stood next to me on my left side, and then Caitlin was on my right. And this woman was being really rude as well because, you know, if you've been to a concert again, you put your arms up because that's just what you do. So I had my arm up because I also had like a glow stick. So I had my arm up, and the woman actually, my arm wasn't even in front of her face because I made sure that it wasn't, so that I wasn't being rude to her. So I had my arm like this, and the woman actually with her hand went and moved my arm. I was like, what are you doing? How rude. If my arm was in your way, you could have just said, oh, sorry, could you move your arm? That would have been fine. I would have been like, oh yeah, sorry, moved it. But you don't just do it yourself. Just put your hands on me and move my arm for me. No. So after this, it was later on in the concert and I got a bit hot, so I took my fan out and I was fanning myself, and I went to like turn it off and put it back in my bag, and I didn't turn it off before I like took it down like this, and what happened was the woman's daughter's hair got caught in it, and I was like, shit. I actually had to like rip her hair off because it was all knotted around a fan, like you'd know if your hair's ever been caught in a fan, which mine has. Not good. Is it bad that I don't feel bad for doing that? Her mother brought it on her for being such a cow. No. No. Don't move my arm, because I will catch your daughter's hair in my hand fan. Who moves someone else's arm? So there you go, there's 2 little stories from the past 2 months. I'm now going to go and watch Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and eat a lot of food. Okay, bye.